Good morning, children.
Good morning, ma'am.
Morning, ma'am.
Morning. So the last class we discussed about the poverty, right?
Yes,
In
ma'am.
Indian scenario, in India, why that state disparities are there in poverty. So Minha, what is the reason for reducing poverty in Kerala?
NMS absent.
That is not the answer. Its video is uploaded, you must watch it. Nowadays, that's an excuse only. It will not be permitted. What is the reason for the development of poverty in Kerala?
Humanity.
Yes. And population.
Other?
Human resources.
Human resources. Human resource development. Minha, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it is because of the human resource development. Okay. Kerala's poverty reduced because of human resource development. Sovel, which is the richest states in India?
Punjab.
Punjab? One more is there. Don't look anywhere. Near to Punjab. Punjab and? Okay. What is the reason for reduction of poverty in Punjab? Why poverty in Punjab reduced?
Due to agriculture development.
Very good, Karthik. Due to agricultural development. And only Punjab is the richest states in India?
No, ma'am,
Haryana.
Haryana.
Punjab and Haryana. Study like that. Punjab and Haryana are the richest states in India. And their poverty reduced due to agricultural development. Which is the poorest states in India?
Bihar and Orissa.
Bihar and Orissa. Then, why the poverty reduced in West Bengal? What is the reason? Atulya?
Land reforms.
Land reforms. Very good. Land reforms is the reason. Remember, children, only in the two states that land reform is excess. One is in Bengal and the other is in Kerala. Okay. So, till that topic we discussed in the last class. And now we are going to discuss about the poverty in the world scenario. In the worldwide, how the poverty, whether the poverty is increasing or decreasing, and how much percentage of the total population is living in poverty. Okay, it is not Indian, it's a world scenario.
Less voice.
Less voice. Okay. Okay. So coming to the world scenario, the dollar $1.90. My sound is less. Okay, let me check. Now is it okay? Now is it okay?
No, ma'am.
You can't hear anything?
Ma'am, now it's okay.
It's okay. Okay. So it is $1.90 per day is a global poverty line fixed by World Bank. According to the World Bank, if a person is getting less than 9.90, he is considered as poor. Okay. If a person gets less than $1.90, he's considered as poor. That is BPL. BPL means? BPL means what?
Below poverty line.
Below poverty line. Below poverty line. And the proportion of people below poverty line in the world decreased from 36% in 1990 to 10% in 2015. When we are analyzing the poverty ratio, It has decreased from 36% to 10%. It is around 36% in 1990s and it declined to 10% in 2015. And the poverty declined sharply in China, Southeast Asia. The reason for the decrease in poverty in China and Southeast Asia is their economic growth and human capital formation. The poverty declined in China and Southeast Asia due to economic growth and human capital formation. In South Asian countries like India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, also the poverty reduced from 34% to 16.2% in 2013. These are the statistical data. These are the statistical data for analyzing poverty. Okay. So the proportion of people living below poverty line, when for the worldwide, if a person's income is less than $1.90, he is considered as poor. If the income is less than $1.90, he is considered as poor. But when we are analyzing the statistical data from 1990s to 2015, we came to the conclusion that the poverty, the worldwide scenario, the poverty is decreasing. It decreased from 36% in 1990 to 10% in 2015. And the countries like China and Southeast Asia, their poverty rate reduced sharply because of their economic growth and human capital formation. And the South Asian countries like India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, also the poverty decreased from 34% in 2015 to 16.2% in 2013. And in sub-Saharan African countries also, the poverty reduced. It was more than 50% in 2005 and it reduced to 41% in 2015. So when we are analyzing the worldwide, the poverty rate is decreasing. And in the Latin American countries, the poverty declined from 10% in 2005 to 4% in 2015. So in the Latin American countries, the poverty decreased from 10 to 4%. And the poverty has, but in many of the countries, the poverty rate reduced. But in some of the countries, the poverty reappeared, like the countries like Russia. Some countries, even though the poverty reappeared, that was, it increased, the poverty rate increased. And the new sustainable developmental goal of UN proposes ending poverty of all types by 2030. That is the sustainable developmental goal. Have you heard about the term sustainable development? Heard about the term sustainable development? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, what do you mean by sustainable development? Anyone know? Sustainable development. Any example for sustainable development? Anyone? Any idea? You tell. If it is wrong, we can correct it. What about the petroleum products? You know the formation of petroleum product? It will be formed within one day.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Then how many time it will take?
Ma'am, 3 millions.
That means millions of years is needed for the formation of petroleum product, right? It is not the years, it needs the millions of years for the formation of petroleum product. But if we are not using it judicially, what will happen to it?
It won't sustain.
It won't sustain. It will be exhausted quickly. And what happened to the future generation?
They don't have that products, petroleum
That
products.
is sustainable development. That means we want to meet the needs of the current generation. We have too many vehicles are there. You compare that 50 years before. Your family, you ask, your parents or your grandparents. Maybe they don't have any car. Only out of this 34 students, maybe one or two houses, maybe car have. Many of them don't have any car or such facilities at that time. But now what is the situation? For a house, a single person, each person have their own vehicles, right? Minimum a bike and a car is there in almost all the houses. Minimum a bike, at least one vehicle is there in every houses, right children? Or anyone house have no vehicle? A scooty or a bike and a car is there. At least one is there in every family. That means their consumption is increasing. The consumption of fuel is increasing now. So if we are, maybe if the people are going to the same place and each one is traveling in a single vehicle, what will happen?
We need more petrol.
We need more petrol, right? Suppose Sriram is going to a place, father, mother, all are going to a place, and three of you are traveling in three vehicles. What happened to the petrol? It is, we need more fuel, right?
Yes.
So
ma'am.
what happened if we are overutilizing it? It will
Bring it
not
down.
be there for the future generation because what we have is already there. We cannot increase it because it's a natural resource. We cannot renew it. No, it's not like sunlight, it's not like wind energy. We cannot renew these types of natural resources like coal, petroleum and all. So if we are overutilizing it, it will be exhausted. And once it's exhausted, it will take millions of years for its formation. So when we are using these types of fuels, use it judiciously. But some resources like wood, firewood, we are utilizing it more. We can plant more trees, that we can do. But in the case of coal or petrol, we have no such options. The only solution is we want to find another. So in such cases, we are using the term sustainable development. Sustainable development means meeting the needs of the present generation. We want to meet the needs of the present generation, but we are not ready to compromise the needs of the future generation. And one of the goal, the sustainable development has so many goals, and one of its goals is end poverty by 2030. Clear, children? So explain both the interstate disparities, India's case and the world scenario. So in the world also, the poverty is decreasing. The poverty rate is decreasing in worldwide. It reduced when we are analyzing the country-wise, China or Southeast Asian states or Latin American states and even in African states, the poverty is reducing. But some of the countries, the poverty is reappearing. The countries like Russia, the poverty is reappearing. And for the World Bank, if a person don't have an income of $1.90, he is considered as poor. And it is explained with the help of the chart. In Nigeria, around 53% of the people are living in poverty. Bangladesh, it is 14. India, it is 21. Pakistan, it is 4. China is the less country with less poverty, that is only 0.7%. Same way, Sri Lanka's poverty rate is also very less. Compared to India, Pakistan, China and Sri Lanka's poverty rate is very less. Share of people living on $1.90. $1.90 is the poverty line. Below that, we consider the people as poor. So China, you can see that there is a steep decline in its poverty in China, East Asian, Pacific states and Latin America. There is a sharp decline in the poverty, and the sub-Saharan African countries, And also in the South Asian states, the poverty is decreasing, but in these countries, it is less than 10 percentage. The poverty is less than 10 percentage in East Asian and Pacific countries, then China, and also in Latin America. And the poverty is reducing in Africa, sub-Saharan African countries, and in South Asian countries. Okay, these charts are there in the textbook. You noticed it? What we explained, it's graphical representation. Then the number of poor by region, that is also coming to the China and all. The people who are living in poverty is very less, but in Africa and Southeast Asian countries, it is more. And in the Latin America, East Asian and Pacific states and China, the number of people who are living in poverty is less. It is very less in China. China's poverty rate is very less. The main reason is their economic development. China, you know China, they are giving more importance to industrial development. China's poverty, China's economic growth is depending on their industrial development. What about India? In India, which sector is developing more?
Agricultural sector.
Is it agriculture? No. Agriculture industry, one more is there. What is it?
Human.
Human. That is coming under which sector? Which are the three sectors of the economy?
Primary, secondary, and tertiary.
Primary, secondary, and tertiary, right? And primary is called as agricultural sector. Secondary is called as
Manufacturing and making of
manufacturing. And tertiary is called as
transportation and
that
service.
is coming under service. Tertiary is called as service sector. Okay, in India, our development depend on the service sector. But for China's development is depending on their industries. Their industrial development is more than their agricultural and service sector development. We are giving more importance to what? Service sector. Okay, so that is about the world scenario of poverty. Is it clear, children? China's poverty is decreased. What is the main reason? It's economic growth. Because of its economic growth, China's poverty is decreasing. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
India and world. Yes. Okay. Next is an important topic, that is, what are the causes of poverty? Don't look at the textbook or anywhere. You tell me from this, what are the causes of poverty? Don't look anywhere.
Unemployment.
Unemployment is a cause. Okay, then.
Ma'am, education, poor education.
Unemployment. Then education system. Okay, that is also a reason. Then you think and answer. It is not the points from the textbook, okay? Because you think you will get a lot of point. Why poverty is there?
Ma'am, when we take a lot of credits, when
Loan,
we are not able
right?
to repay.
That is called, a term is there, that is debt trap. Okay, right?
Ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, the climate changes that affect the poverty.
Climate and poverty, how dear?
Ma'am, when the climate change, if it heavy rains, the agriculture fall.
Okay. Good. Then so many reasons. When you think you will get the answer, this is a general question. What are the causes of poverty?
For medical purpose.
Ah, poor health, right.
Lack of food and water.
Ah, lack of food, that is poverty, right?
Shelter.
Lack of food, water, shelter, okay. Then the points I'm asking, how unemployment leads to poverty?
No money if we have no employment.
No income.
No income?
If we have a job, we'll get income. If a person doesn't have, so he won't get income. So he's not able to provide essential.
Ah, okay, very good. Then how the educational system? Not educational system, it is the defective educational system. That means our education system is theory oriented, right? If we are providing a theory oriented education system, what will happen?
No practical knowledge.
Practical knowledge is anybody's leads to poverty. Okay. Then any other reason? Then the next you said is debt trap. Yes. If a person take loan and if he is not able to repay it, if we are taking loan for unproductive purposes, suppose for constructing a house, is it a productive purpose? Do you think so? House is a asset. Taking loan and constructing house, do you think that is it an asset? See, when our people are in Gulf, from there, if they have enough money, first that what they will do? Malayalis, what they will do? Think and answer. Suppose
They'll make a new home.
they will make a new house, right? Am I saying the right thing, children? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Normally, we will do, we will construct a good house. Say it.
Yes, ma'am.
What happened to the video?
I don't know.
You check your video, okay? So what they will do, they are constructing new houses or new buildings. But you know, in the many of other states, what the people will do is they will buy some car or something like that, or they will start a hotel or some restaurants or any other thing. That is, it is a productive one. If a car and if it is free, they will get income from that, right? Or if you are starting a new business here, you will get income from that. That is all are productive things. But if you are constructing a house, is it a productive one?
No.
No,
No.
ma'am.
Such type, if we are taking loans for unproductive purpose and if we are not able to repay it, what happen? It will leads to debt
Debt
trap.
trap.
Debt trapped. Then any other reason? Then climate change, you said poor health. Yes, if we want to spend more money for health purpose, it also leads to poverty. Then now we can go through some other.
Ma'am, limited capacity of the government.
Okay. That is also so many reasons. That's why I told you it is not from the textbook we can answer for that question. So many reasons are there. So you can also add that points. Okay, some of the reasons. We can start from the British period itself. Okay, colonial exploitation. One point you forgot to tell. That is population. Then drawbacks of Green Revolution. Then economic inequality, indebtedness. These are some of the reasons that is given in the textbook for as the causes of poverty. Okay, that we can explain in the next class. What are the causes of poverty?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
before next period, please read this portion. Okay. What we completed today, that graph, it's till that graph, you must read the textbook and come to the next class. Before that, I want to take that.